Here's a little different style rant that's going to be very spontaneous. I'm trying not to be predictable, and I'm going to try something, just go impromptu. Here we go. Ready, set, go. I think we're being programmed. I think we're being digitally hypnotized. I think we're being bombarded with useless data, useless information, trivial reels and memes and entertainment pieces and football stats and propaganda, politics. I think they're programming the future. I think this plethora of useless data, low vibration data, I think they're filling up our 5 terabyte hard drives. And I think what they're doing is they're scrambling using their broadcasting systems to scramble our collectivism. I think they're trying to disconnect us from having collective memory. What is collective memory? Collective memory is like the birds that they all fly together, even the young ones. They just join and they don't talk about it. It's not like they go through training. It's instinctive. It's almost like it's in their DNA. It's in their brain systems, their brains as well. Their DNA, their genetics, and their brains work symbiotically and have a collective memory to know how to react to certain stimulus. I think they're disconnecting us from our collectivism and our ancient civilizations and our pasts. I think it's not just our brains that store data and information, but I think our DNA has a crystalline structure. Water can be structured and have a sort of memory. It mimics where it's been type deal. Water has a magnetic memory type system. Structured water, look into it. Crystals store and hold memory. Circuit boards have crystals, quartz usually, semiconductors, and the power of your computer is usually reliant upon the type, size of your crystals, your quartz. Quartz has piezoelectricity. I do think we're being digitally hypnotized. I think this is an intentional, easily accessible bombarding of this information to get all these little chemical hits of dopamine, hit after hit. And what they're doing is they're programming us. They're scrambling the broadcasts. They're disconnecting us from each other. So we're reliant on the system. Yes, okay. Because if we weren't, we could be reliant on nature and each other. We're disconnected from nature and we're disconnected from each other because of this. And we're getting farther and farther disconnected from nature and each other. Yeah. We'll have no collectivism in the future because they're programming the future. If they implant propaganda now, that propaganda they implant now becomes the history of the future. So it'll be in the history books. That's what happened to us. That's what's already happened. There's nothing new under the sun. That's probably been going on since the beginning of time. So I think it's important that we pay attention to the useless data we're filling our bodies with, because that's actually affecting our DNA. Your thoughts become your biology. It really does. How you vibrate. Low vibrational data makes you a low vibrational being. We're electric beings. We need to have a higher vibration. Not too high, not too low. Maybe. What resonance should we be at? What is 432 hertz or 528 hertz? I think we should be flowing and changing. I think that's what the stars are a representation of. If you zoom in or look through a telescope, we're being digitally hypnotized. They're scrambling everything. They're throwing this data out, and AI is controlling us and controlling the future. Some sort of debt slave system, using us as batteries like the Matrix, using us as antennas. The Wi-Fi is already connected to our biofield. People don't know that. I know that. There's all types of DARPA documents on that. Every phone has a health app on it. They're connected via Wi-Fi to our biology, the one in my hand. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm just rambling, but it makes so much sense. Mindlessly scrolling, pulling all this useless, trivial information in is what's going to control us, is how we're going to lose. They don't want to kill us. They already could have done that. They could blow us all up. Why are we scared of that stuff? That's not what they're doing. They're going to use us. We're pretty darn divine. I think we all need to disconnect a lot more often than we do. We need to get out in nature, get away from the EMF fields, get away from our devices, stick our feet in flowing water, try to heal, try to meditate in nature with each other. Hippie communes are a great representation of that. But we need to be aware of technology and the technologies they're going to utilize to control us. So it's kind of tough. If you completely disconnect, you're going to be vulnerable to attack, maybe, unless you become more powerful yourself. I don't know where this is going, but the data that we're bringing in is useless. It's not important. It's not divine. There's no collective memory. Collective memory is, I think it's everything. Some people can meditate and go back to a place. Like some people, like my wife, I think she says she meditates and she ends up in a setting in Egypt. I'm like, okay. She keeps going back there, but maybe there's collective memory, whether it's in her DNA, coming through her brain system. I don't know. Maybe there's a collective memory that's been passed down through DNA, which holds massive amounts of information, data, storage. Some people meditate and they go back to, they meditate and they're always thinking of water. Maybe their ancestors were fishing communities or traveled by water and the stars. Things you're drawn to. What are you drawn to? Why do you think you're drawn to it? Are you magnetically drawn to things? I was always magnetically drawn to Siesta Key as a kid. If I got sick in high school, I would drive my vehicle, I would drive my SUV all the way to Siesta Key, an hour and 10 minutes away in my Zuzu rodeo, to go hang out at the beach all day so I could heal. I would be healed by the next day because the quartz sand was piezoelectric. Siesta Key has 99.9% quartz sand, okay? And it's the most piezoelectric beach, one of the most piezoelectric beaches on the earth. And I used to instinctively drive there to go heal myself, and I was drawn to it, to go drink as an underage drinking and party and have fun and meet people. I was just electrified there, and now I know exactly why. And I was drawn to it instinctively. That was sacred knowledge and instincts. They're disconnecting us from that. And we need to be more appreciative of our instincts and our intuitions and our guts. And we need to disconnect from their programs and their hypnosises and their tactics and their tricks. Get your Faraday cage. Shove your phone in a Faraday cage. Get your bare feet on the ground. Get back on the ground. We need to start grounding again. Everybody, you need to get your bare feet on the ground. And that ground in your subdivisions is not the best, but it's better than nothing. Interesting. That was a good rant. That was fun. Tell me what you think.